Hello, I am Shamsoddin Shariati, and I am presenting my master dissertation, a comparative study of factors affecting obeying laws, a case study of traffic law obedience based on theories of social order and state capacity. Let's start with introduction. Obedience to the law in all areas is one of the main foundations of the modern society. Traffic laws are the ideal types of laws. Every year, more than 1.3 million people die and 20 to 50 million are injured in traffic accidents around the world. According to the World Health Organization, human error and unsafe driving have been blamed for the accidents. Previous research has primarily used the survey method, and macro factors have not been investigated. Also, this problem has not been studied as an administrative problem, and there are numerous theoretical gaps in the previous studies on this problem. This study investigates the factors affecting obeying the traffic laws in countries worldwide using two theoretical approaches. Also, two methods of qualitative and quantitative comparative analysis have been used in the research. Now we will discuss the two theoretical frameworks that were used in this study. First, traffic violation as a social deviance, the theory of social order. Many theories argue that deviation is caused by social anomy. They also investigate law violations as a social deviance and therefore attempt to explain them by a lack of social order. I integrated the most important arguments from each of these theories into a single theory and a graph, as you can see. Based on these theories, I argue that these factors, via various mechanisms, can influence traffic violation. On the other hand, according to some theories, the government is in charge of maintaining social order and enforcing laws in society. Therefore, in the second theoretical framework, traffic violation has investigated as an administrative problem. As a result, required state capacities for managing this problem are summarized in the chart. Based on the various policies and outcomes in different countries, I have demonstrated the mechanisms through which these capacities can lead to fewer traffic violations. Research method and questions. The following are the research questions. What are the combinations of conditions that lead to a high or low level of traffic violation in countries? What are the necessary and sufficient conditions for each of the outcomes to occur? What are the mechanisms by which the aforementioned factors influence traffic violations? This research uses two methods. First, qualitative comparative analysis, QCA. As shown in the figure, in QCA, two sets of cases will be selected as follows. There are 20 positive cases among countries with high obedience and 20 negative cases among countries with low obedience to traffic laws. Then, two sets of cases will be compared based on the conditions which are identified factors in theoretical framework. This method was implemented using the FSQCA software. QCA returned multiple combinations of conditions that are associated with positive or negative outcomes. Also, necessary and sufficient causes leading to negative or positive outcome will be identified. Second method is quantitative comparative analysis. In this method, unit of analysis is country, and secondary data from international data banks are collected. SPSS is used to analyze country data using statistical methods. As the result of research, an integrated theory about the law and the factors affecting law obedience in societies is provided based on the study and review of previous theories as well as their evaluation based on the collected data. In the first step, I'd like to present the definition of law from a sociological point of view, which is reached through this study. Law is a consequentialist norm that the state has a monopoly on creating and enforcing, and people obey it in their own interest. Therefore, the conditions of law obedience in the society are as follows. Rational legislation in the state for the common good. State capacity for enforcing law, which means adjusting the profit and cost of following and violating the law. And two other conditions are society's trust in state and ability of society to measure the consequences of action. Based on analyzing the data and these arguments, an integrated theoretical model of factors affecting law obedience is presented here. There are some state-related factors, technocratic capacity and intersectoral planning, which lead to a rational legislation, and also capacity of policy implementation. One factor concerns society's relationship with the state, which is trust, and some factors are related to the society. Security, cultural opportunities, and material resources that lead to improving the ability of individuals to measure the consequences of actions. According to the data, building trust is a necessary and most important factor for high compliance with traffic laws. This is due to the fact that the state is solely responsible for making and enforcing laws. As a result, laws are external to individuals and society. Therefore, in order for the people to follow these laws, they must trust the state. A high level of cultural opportunities is the next necessary factor for high traffic law obedience. Cultural opportunities refer to the individual's ability to think, experience, learn, and teach in a society. Because laws are consequentialist, the necessary factor for being followed is the high level of rationality in society. Security in different individual and collective dimensions, as well as material resources, affects the level of rationality and cultural opportunities in society through various mechanisms. Now conclusions. Theories of social deviance and social order have largely ignored the state's role in enforcing the law. Theories of state capacity have omitted societal variables. Both of these theories fail to account for the fundamental elements in the definition of law, resulting in a weaker explanation of factors affecting law obedience. The new structure that incorporates the basic elements of both theories has resulted in a stronger explanation of the problem. Limitations and further suggestions. The most important limitation of the research was collecting accurate secondary data for the variables. Further suggestions. There are some critical cases which worth to deeply investigate. A critical case is one in which, despite meeting most of the conditions of the theories for the expected outcome does not occur or vice versa. Among the more than 50 cases studied in the qualitative comparative analysis, there were two cases where none of the theories could explain the significantly low levels of traffic violations, Turkey and Oman. I'd like to express my gratitude to my supervisors as well as other professors in the Social Sciences Department at Shahid Beheshti University. I would greatly appreciate it if you provide me with your feedback on this research. Thank you for watching this presentation.